Hey, my name is Irene Hunter. I'm the founder of Hunter Family Properties and licensed realtor in Delaware, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. Listen, for all of you first-time homeowners, right? First-time home buyers, the thought of owning a home, the process of buying a home can be very daunting, right? Even if you are currently a homeowner, you may want to sell and buy a new home, you may have forgotten the process, you may feel tired or fatigued just thinking about it, but I am here to assure you it is not hard, it is not scary, it is not impossible for you to buy a home. So I want to give you the 7 steps from start to finish on what has to happen in order for you to buy a home. Side note, I have a free home buyer's guide in the link. So if you need to read over some things opposed to watching a video, you can download it right to your phone, right on your iPad, go over in detail each step, okay? So we're not going to go into detail in this video, but if you need details, I'll be doing some videos later on, but everything you need to know is in those guides. So take advantage of it. It is free. All right, so step 1 is credit, right? Money and credit. Yes, you should be saving for your down payment and for your closing costs, right? But you have got to make sure that you are creditworthy before you contact a lender. A way to do that is to monitor your scores and reports. You need all 3, right? Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. A way to do that is to dump your Credit Karma, right? Because that app does not monitor your FICO score, and your FICO score is what you need to monitor because the lenders are going to be checking your FICO scores, not your Vantage score. So if you have Credit Karma, get rid of it right now because it is of no service to you. Now, with Experian.com and my personal favorite, My Score IQ, you can get a monthly membership. You'll have access to all 3 reports and a plethora of your FICO scores. And let me tell you a little secret. You'll have many FICO scores that are used for different industries. So make sure that you have access to the FICO score that is used for the mortgage industry, okay? Make sure there's no errors, the name is spelled right, there's one name listed, the home address that you currently live is on there, and the accounts and the payment history and all of that has to be correct, right? And it has to be a good enough score in order for you to be approved. Now, we'll do a separate video on how to handle credit disputes, how to handle errors, but if you have any late payments, I would encourage you to wait until you have at least a year of good credit history, good payment history prior to applying for a mortgage. But we'll get into all of that later in a different video, but you've got to make sure you're creditworthy before you reach out to a lender. Step 2 is the pre-approval process. This is when you go shopping for lenders, right? You pick a loan product that works for you, your credit score, and your pockets, right? You talk to different mortgage brokers, loan officers, see what kind of products and services they're offering. If this is your first time buying a home, depending on your credit, your income, and where you want to buy, you may be eligible for grants, right? Some lenders may offer more assistance than others. Some lenders might have a product where you can put less down than another lender. So make sure you call and talk to and get referrals and talk to as many people as possible before you put an application in, okay? You don't want to apply at 9 different places and have your credit hit 9 different times, right? So do your homework before you get pre-approved. But you got to get pre-approved in order to go shopping. All right, your third step is hiring a real estate professional, right? Whether that's a realtor, real estate agent, depending on where you are in the country, get yourself a professional, okay? I encourage you to interview at least 3 agents, right? Y'all should have conversations about what's the strategy that they're going to use to help you win your offers, what's their experience, what are their specialties. They'll be educating you on the loan process and the shopping process. Interview at least 3 people, right? Get some referrals, go online, look at the billboards, do whatever you feel like is necessary, but you should be talking to more than just one person And you need to be having a strategy session with all of them so that you can pick the right person, right? Your realtor is going to negotiate the contract for you. They're going to make sure that the deal gets done on your behalf, right? So you want to make sure that they have your best interest, you trust them and you like them because you're going to be dealing with them for a few months, okay? Now, pre-approvals last about 90 days. So you got about 90 days to work with this person to find yourself a property. If that doesn't happen and you have to get pre-approved again, you're going to be with them for a longer amount of time. Now, yes, you can fire your agent at any time, but why do that? Pick the right person the first time, all right? So hire yourself a real estate agent, and the next step is the best step. Step number 4 is shopping. Who doesn't like shopping? Now, in my personal experience, I think that shopping for a home is the most difficult part. Not the credit part, not the money part, but the shopping part, right? It can be difficult to find the perfect home, right? You're living in this place. You're not buying it as an investment. You're going to live there. Your family's going to visit, right? So finding a property in the right location for the right price with the right aesthetics, that is going to be your challenge. But that is also the best part, right? Shopping on the weekends, scrolling on your lunch and scrolling at night, looking at different properties. So that's your next step, is actually finding a property that works for you. Right, now, the 5th step is once you do find a property and you get your offer accepted, you're under contract, the next step is the inspection period, right? That usually happens within 10 days after you sign the contract. And that's when you hire an inspector. They'll walk with you and your agent to go throughout the property and see if there's any safety issues, if there's any cosmetic issues, and you can bring that to the seller's attention. This is also a renegotiation period depending on what's found, and this could make or break your deal. Okay, if you have a good agent, they will make sure that you're able to back up out of this contract without losing your deposit, okay? So it's really important that you have a competent inspector, you have a competent agent, and you're able to walk throughout the home, make sure that it's safe, and you can move on to your next process. So your next step, step 6, is the appraisal period. Now, after your inspection, you're going to be responsible as a buyer to properly, actually your lender is going to already have a appraiser that they use, but you're going to have to pay for their service. So the appraiser is going to come in, take pictures, they're going to measure the property, and they're going to do the analysis of what they believe the home is worth. Okay, here's an example. If you're under contract for $300,000, right? And the appraisal comes back and the appraiser says the property is worth $350,000. Well, guess what? You just won the lottery, okay? You're buying a property that already has $50,000 of equity that you can use for other things later on down the line, right? So congratulations. But there are rare times when the property appraises for less than what you have it under contract for. So if you're in the contract for $300,000 and the appraiser says, hey, it's only worth $250,000, you got 2 options. The first is you can challenge the appraisal, right? You can get them to redo it, have your agent submit some information that maybe they missed, go over the report with a tooth and comb, resubmit some relevant information and get it done over. If that comes back and it's the same, right, then you have a decision to make. You can purchase it for $250,000 and bring $50,000 to the closing table, or you can walk away and start the process all over again with a different property. And your next and final step, step 7, is closing, right? Now, once your appraisal's done, your inspection's done, repairs are done, you are going to closing. This is the official meeting where you are going to transfer ownership from the seller to you, right? So in Pennsylvania, we use title clerks. In Delaware, we use closing attorneys, right? Either way, you're going to come, you're going to meet with your agent, the seller, and their agent. Sometimes the sellers aren't present. Maybe it's just their agent. Doesn't matter. You're going to go, you're going to sign your loan documentation. You're going to get those keys, and you are on your way to being a homeowner, right? And then also, of course, you got to bring your down payment and your closing costs. But that's when everything gets done at closing. Some people call it settlement. But yes, that's the last step. You get your keys and you ride off into the sunset, right? So listen, I just gave you a quick video, 7 steps to buy your home. It's not scary, it's not frightening, it's not super hard, right? But there are many things that happen during the course of a transaction that can derail your settlement, right? We're not going to get into all of that. At least you have a general idea of the home buying process. So I hope this was helpful to somebody. Hopefully you can write this stuff down, and don't forget, get those free downloads in the link, and then also sign up for My Score IQ or Experian and start monitoring your credit now. Talk to y'all later. I'll be back with some more in-depth videos on the process.